recording button on
This
right now.
conference is being recorded.
Here we go. Today is Thursday. It's July 26th. I think Alex and I are face to face. We are looking right now at the red carpet event, which is a really big, very hollow room right now. We had this sucker packed with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people just yesterday at the red carpet event over at the Village Inn over in North Carolina. And the next one has been announced. We're going to be giving you guys some news about what happened here, as well as what's going to happen sometime in the future. So you'll definitely want to have a pen and a paper handy. So pen and paper handy. We're recording this call, and again, Alex and I are standing face to face over at the place where we do the red carpet events. There will be one more red carpet event, and if you want to grab your pen and paper and have it handy, it's going to be August 22nd. August 22nd, and I'm sure there's going to be an event posted, so you'll be able to buy your tickets, and the special announcement for when you'll be able to buy your tickets will be announced probably on Monday night's call and confirmed, but you'll want to know that the tickets sell out almost instantly. So what you'll want to make sure you do is you're on next Monday's call at 9:30 when Dawn announces when the tickets will go on sale, and then you want to be here if you want to come to a red carpet event. This will probably be the last one before the national convention in November. So there's a national convention in November. Details are being ironed out along the way, and you'll hear about that as well. So Alex and I are here on this call. We're going to run this one for as long as it takes us to run this one, but we're calling from the regular red carpet event. We'll grab the hotel room over here. It's a huge room, so if you hear an echo on our part, it's because it's a big room. My name is Peter Mingles. If you want to submit a question, you'll be able to do so to questions@zeeklers.com. Questions, as in you might do more than one, but you don't have to, at Zeeklers, ZeeKlers.com. And I want to say, first of all, thank you to Chris Molinari. She's been handling the calls while we've been here, and we're going to keep this one down to about a half an hour or 45 minutes as we go through as many questions as you possibly have. But let me go over some of the things that we usually go over for regular people as well. First, if you're here, thanks for being here. I know you take time out of your day. We're putting all the things in place as we go through some special announcements to make sure that these calls are going to be archived and you'll be able to listen to them. So if 4 o'clock Eastern time isn't convenient for you to be on live, you'll be able to hear the calls anyway. And there are 4 things that you'll probably want to write down as far as 4 different websites that you'll want to write down that you'll be able to get most of your questions answered. So you'll want to grab a pen and paper handy, especially for all the newer people. The newer people that were on the line and saying hello, 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 as if they thought this was a personal call, realize that there's hundreds of people on this call right now. We'll never be able to answer or even hear your personal questions, so you'll want to see where the answers are to most of the questions you'll ask. And the first place you do is you go to, and most of you already know this if you've been here before, so you go to ZeekRewards.com. Most of your questions and most of your answers are on ZeekRewards.com. If you want to see the company training and the company blog, you go to ZeekRewardsNews.com. So ZeekRewardsNews.com. That's the company blog, and you'll see Dawn with videos pretty soon and audios as well as stuff in text, but that's the company blog, ZeekRewardsNews.com. And then you go to ZeekRewardsNews.com/training. So ZeekRewardsNews.com/training. And the last one is going to be ZeekSupport.ZeekRewards.com. So ZeekSupport.ZeekRewards.com. Now, the extent to which you as a leader have an opportunity to be able to make sure all of your people know where that information is going to make your responsibilities, let's call it your job, a heck of a lot easier. So if you didn't write that down, you want to write down, ready, here's a quick review. ZeekRewards.com, ZeekRewardsNews.com, ZeekRewardsNews.com/training, and ZeekSupport.ZeekRewards.com. Okay, we're going to do questions in just a little bit as you're submitting your questions to questions@Zeeklers.com, questions@Zeeklers.com. Let me give you a little bit of an update. You'll hear more of this, I'm sure, on the Monday night call, but if you were here at the red carpet event yesterday, you had the opportunity to witness a really great event. So if you were here and you could say, oh, my gosh, that was really great, we had glowing reviews of everybody that was here. It was a packed house as usual. And a couple of special announcements that were made. Number one, we said the red carpet event is going to be on April 22nd. Next, the National Convention, Alex, if I'm not mistaken, I think it starts on a Thursday night, the first or second weekend in November. I don't have the calendar in front of me, but whatever one is around the 9th. So if you're looking at your calendars for November of 2012, it's whatever Thursday is, somewhere around November 9th, I believe. Again, I don't have a calendar in front of me, is when, what's that, Alex? Second weekend of November. It's going to start on a Thursday night for the reception. Friday is going to be packed. Saturday is going to be packed. There's going to be a little thingy on Sunday as well. So it's going to be the event. And Dawn is handling a lot of the coordination of this. So for those people unfamiliar with Dawn, it is going to be spectacular. It is the event that people are going to be talking about for decades to come for sure. It's amazing. It's for the Zeke Freaks, as we playfully call them. It's going to be a lot of fun, including even a masquerade party, I think, Alex, right? So it will be an event you'll want to start to figure out how to get to. So start saving, start packing, start everything, and it's going to sell out fast. So when we say it's going to sell out fast, you have to make sure as soon as tickets become available, you got to buy them. As soon as hotel rooms become available, you have to grab them. As soon as flights, as soon as you hear about it, if you don't grab it, this is not a last-minute thing for anyone. It's going to be packed out. It's going to be huge as usual. Okay, here's other special announcements as we start getting to into the questions and answers. Paul Burks, the company owner and everything, was here as well, and he made some special announcements. The special announcements, I personally think, so I have to give you my personal opinion on this one, is going to help bring this company to a level. If you think you're doing great so far, you are going to see this company move to a level that you can never imagine. Between now and November, you'll see huge growth. Between after November and the other things that they're doing, it's going to be huge. And that's not hyper over promotion. Here's what I mean. Dawn, as many of you know, has been running the show and coordinating the team mostly on her own for the last year and a half. When I say mostly on her own, meaning she's been the person who's been elected COO. She was the affiliate who took the bull by the horns, the horse by the reins, all of those things, and she did that mostly on her own and has done an amazing job. Actually set the company up with a great compliance gentleman. His name is Greg Caldwell. Greg Caldwell is doing a magnificent job of putting the structures and the systems in place and has been now moved into the COO position. So if you are grabbing a pen and paper, the COO, Chief Operating Officer, is now Greg Caldwell. Dawn was moved into the absolutely appropriate position of the Chief Marketing Officer. So Dawn is the CMO. Then we have a CFO, which is a Chief Financial Operator. And then we have a CTO, which is a Chief Technical Operator. So in the announcement here, which has been transforming over the last few weeks, you now have an absolutely fully qualified administrative staff, probably better than you've ever had before, and I'm super excited about that for lots of reasons. Number one, we have a CTO and have a larger, more dedicated, only to that task, technical department. Next, we have a CFO. Company is very big, very coordinated, very large in many areas. Many of you have witnessed that. Now you have a CFO. Now you also have a COO who is geared towards the things as far as operations. And here's the best part for, I think, everybody else on the phone. You have a Chief Marketing Officer with Dawn now dedicated to give us all the time and the attention that we need, and therefore marketing tools, marketing systems, cool stuff. Dawn is focusing on the field, which is really where her genius is at as well. And I think that's also where she has the most fun because you help the most people when you're working with the field most of the time. So the executive staff has been positioned for huge, humongous growth. Huge announcement that was made. You'll see Dawn in the transition, so she'll still do some operational stuff, but this is very big. And when people sometimes ask, what does this mean to me? This is huge for you. If you're listening in having Dawn in the field is huge for you. Okay, here's next. The gentleman over at USHBB came out with a really cool video. I know they said it was available now for everyone, so you'll want to go into your back office, and I don't know exactly what that means, Alex, so you might be able to help me clean that part up. But you'll be able to see a really great new marketing video for both affiliates and customers, and these guys at USHBB are just flat-out geniuses. Now, in addition to coordinating all the other movies that you have, when you pay that $29.95 for the yearly fee, besides getting the compliance course and the previous videos, you're going to have unbelievably new videos. The ones they do on their own and the ones they coordinate with Dawn are going to be huge for you. So there's two more, at least I know right now. The next thing I'm going to speak about, I won't be able to give you the details, but there are some people in foreign countries who the compliance course isn't as applicable, who maybe don't necessarily have the bandwidth to be able to handle all the movies. So there's going to be a reduced fee for the yearly fee for the international crowd, because a lot of the people in the international crowd, they really join the company at the lower levels because of just the finances in those second, third world countries. That's going to be put in place as well. Details will follow. I'm sure you'll hear more about it on Monday night. But the recap for the red carpet event, it was just flat out phenomenal. So you will bring your organization to huge levels if you bring them to the next red carpet. And November for the national convention is a must. You'll bring your organization to huge levels, and when you hear the stuff, it's going to be nothing short of spectacular. So, Alex, we went over, just as a quick review, we went over where you're going to find your information. We talked about how you're going to submit any questions you might have over here, and then we're going to start to review questions as we go. So make sure you're on Monday night's call where a lot of this will be recapped again. That's where we have a lot of people. We have 700 or 800 people on this call right now that are calling in. So, Alex, let's start to go over whatever you want to go over with questions and answers. So, Alex, over to you.
All right, and the first question is the RPP behind/delayed, and any idea that it will be updated? The RPP is still paying out in the exact time frame that it normally does. What is behind is the company pool, and for everybody that's on this call, the company pool is the entity that distributes your bids to each one of your available customers. So you'll get a daily award, you'll repurchase bids, and now you don't see the points being added to your account. Why is that? Because your bids need to be given away to your customers in order to earn points. So if you go to your bid give manager in your back office and you click on this link, in the middle, underneath where it says company, just above where it says company bid pool status, there's a drop down and you're going to see X amount of bids that generate points. From there, you can manually give your bids away to each one of your customers that you have available. If you don't want to manually give your bids away, the company pool is 24 hours behind. It is being addressed, and it will catch back up to speed over time. However, for those of you that just like to see the gratification of your points being added to your retail points pool report, then you will need to manually give your bids away. When the company pool is up to speed, it is within 30 seconds of real time, and you don't really notice it. The other thing that you need to be paying attention to now that the company pool is 24 hours behind, any bids that you purchase or repurchase with daily awards, they're going to be showing in your Ziegler bid banks. So if you bid in the auctions, you're going to see a higher number of bids on your Ziegler account, and those are the bids that you repurchased or purchased from commissions or daily awards on Zeek Rewards. So pay attention to how many bids you have in your Ziegler account, because you don't want to use bids that you can give away and earn points on, or you just go ahead and manually give those bids away in order to earn the points, or you sit and wait for the company pool to catch up to you, and eventually it will distribute your bids to each one of your available customers.
Alex, before you go over the next question, what also this means to you is if he's telling you it's already behind, make sure you let your field force know so they're not submitting support tickets through the affiliate services. So your job as a field leader would say, hey, it's running a little bit behind, so do not think that they need to tell the company that's running a little behind, so that'll limit the number of support tickets that are important. Now, for those people that might be a little bit unfamiliar with that, as the company has these affiliate services support tickets available, it's your job to make sure that you tell people if something seems to be running behind, or when and where to submit those tickets. Because if people ever have an issue with, well, they're not answering our calls or they're not answering our questions, it could also be that they have to go through a huge number of ones that just aren't necessary or that have to be responded to that shouldn't need to be responded to. So it's really important, if you want affiliate services to be able to do a better job, help them do a better job by letting your team know what's going on. Alex, next question.
The next question is cash available? Is cash available going to be used for payment on the compliance video package? Yes, it was available on the opening night of the launch of the compliance/video package, and then we pulled it down because we weren't sure what we wanted to do. However, at Red Carpet Wednesday, this question was asked, and Dawn said, yes, we will put that button back up again, and you will be able to use cash available to purchase the compliance and video package. And then the next question is regarding NXPay payments from 7/23. They were supposed to be paid out Tuesday. They were supposed to be paid out Tuesday and Wednesday. And there was a couple people that didn't get their payments, and those people should be paid out today. So if you haven't been paid by NXPay by the close of business day today for the 7/23 payment, then I would recommend that you put in an affiliate services request regarding the commissions not being paid to you. However, give it till the end of today's business day to see if you do get your funds. I know that between Tuesday through Wednesday through today, I've had people ask me and then come up to me several hours later and say, I got my payment. So just hang on a little bit longer. They are getting paid.
Alex, just to kind of complete that as well, if I were someone who submitted a support ticket for that, and then maybe a couple hours later it was paid, is there a way for me to close that ticket so it's just one less thing that somebody has to look up?
I believe you can close your ticket. However, you would have to go to your back office, click on Contact Affiliate Services, and then you would have to click on the link that says View Open Tickets. I believe you have the functionality in there to close the ticket. However, if you don't, you can leave a note that says this issue has been resolved. So that anybody that goes ahead and takes a look at the issue, opens up the ticket, they can see in your notes that you added this issue has been resolved, and they can just close the ticket and move on. So if you, and that not only applies to this, but that applies to anything that you send in as a ticket. If you find resolution to your problem before getting an answer on your support ticket, please go back into your back office, click on the open ticket, and leave the note, this issue has been resolved. I know that you, and I know that I know that everybody else in this company would love to get their questions answered faster, and that's one of the ways that you as a group can help chip away at that load. If this issue's been resolved, don't let it just sit there. Close it out yourself.
Perfect. Next question.
Any info on Z-dates and the qualifiers? This was also another question that was asked during Red Carpet Wednesday. We are moving forward with Z-dates. I believe it was announced that we managed to officially sign the contracts, that it was a win-win situation for both companies, and that should be coming out right around the corner. As far as what the qualifiers are, the only thing I can tell you is it's going to be based on purchasing. So you're not going to you don't necessarily need to go get new customers, but your existing customers will need to be purchasing. And I know one of the you'll have to have one customer for up to 10,000 points purchasing through Z Benefits, and then it builds like that. And it's going to be based on point ranges and how many customers are purchasing based on those point ranges. All right. My recruit paid $39.95 amount for her silver level subscription. Please explain how she can access her video series so she can start marketing. She didn't get any welcome emails from USHBB. Okay, you can go to yougetpaidtoadvertise.com, and then there's a login link in the footer, and you should be able to log in with your Seek Rewards information. We're communicating back and forth with USHBB, so the account information that you create on Seek Rewards is the account information that you can use to get into You Get Paid to Advertise system. And from there, you'll be in the back office, and from there you can see all the links to the available videos to start marketing. All right. When someone comes on board and purchases a silver subscription and buys 500 bids and no customers, will they get rewards? No. You need to have customers in order to give your bids away to. So in this instance, they purchased a silver subscription, they bought 500 bids, they need a minimum of one customer. So they would need to go and find Sally, Bob, or Joe, or their next door neighbor, whoever they can, sign them up on Zeekler.com, and from there, they're silver, so they would probably get advanced to them 100 bids, 100 free bids to use in the auctions, and you would get 100 points because 500 of those bids would go back to paying that bid advance, and then the additional 400 bids would be distributed to that customer as well, and you would get the 500 points. That day, you go place your ad, you're in your daily award, and it's rinse, wash, and repeat. You're going to have more bids. You're going to need to give away bids to your customers, and in order to do that, you need to have customers. So step one, purchase your silver subscription. Step two, in my opinion, would be to go sign some customers up. Step three would be to purchase some sample bids based on the amount of you're going to register customers based on the amount of bids that you're purchasing. If you're going to purchase 1,000 bids, then get 2 customers because you can only give 1,000 bids to each one of your available customers. And that night, I hope you're planning on getting a daily award. So you're going to be purchasing more bids. You're going to need to give them away to a new customer. Okay,
Alex, as you're looking up the next question, some people might be unfamiliar with the word Z-Baits. So Z-Baits is going to be a way for you to attract new business from everyone. So not only Zeke Rewards affiliates are going to be able to go and shop and help contribute to the bonus pools, but also what's going to happen is for those people that you are attracting to this business that may or may not want to buy something from a penny auction exclusively are going to be able to buy from lots of different places, and they'll get cash back as well as be able to contribute towards some of the profitability of the company that everyone will share. So this Z-Baits thing is going to be very, very large. Now, we'd anticipate for sure it would be introduced and effective in November, but we're still working out, I think, some of the details, but that's going to be coming very, very soon. So the Z-Baits thing is going to be a huge recruiting tool as well as a moneymaker for everybody involved. So that's big news, and that's some of the benefits of having Dawn focused as the CMO of the company so she can focus on all the really cool things that she can do for you. So, Alex, back to you.
Absolutely. And Matthew McCormick, who was sending me the request for a support job, please contact interviews@zeeklers.com for that. And then the next question, well, I realize we don't want people to downgrade. Sometimes that might be necessary. Can someone downgrade by just letting his subscription expire and then upgrading to whatever level they choose? That's definitely one route to pursue. However, you would be past due 30 days on your subscription because you've let your subscription expire. The other route to go would be to send in an affiliate services request and request to have your account downgraded to a specific level, or you can go to zeeksupport.zeekrewards.com and post your request there, and you can also get your account downgraded there.
Alex, you had mentioned something about interviews. Obviously, they're going to be looking for volunteers at the Nashville convention. So for those people around that area or for those people that would want to volunteer, I don't know the information just yet, but keep that in mind. So if you're heavily recruiting around Nashville or you're around Nashville and you want to help for maybe some of the planning, I'm sure Dawn is going to be asking for a lot of volunteers. We have a great crew of volunteers here, but the volunteers here at the red carpet events, they usually manage something for about 1,000 people. Well, at the national convention, they're planning on packing that at over 12,000 people, so we're going to need a lot more people to be able to handle a lot more things. So just keep that in mind as well. Alex, next question.
Yes, the next question. My friend accidentally signed up 4 times, and I want to remove them and just keep one position. How do I remove the affiliates off my list? There's 2 routes that you can go. The first route is you can put in an affiliate services request to have those positions removed. The other route that you can go is you can wait. We are developing a tool that you won't be able to use, but we're developing a tool that's going to compress out all the inactive positions in the matrix, and it's going to shift everybody's matrix back up into the positions that they should be in based on all the inactive spots that were created. So you can either put in a ticket and request to have them removed, or you can wait, and we're going to compress out all the inactive positions in the matrix, and it's all going to shift up into the right spots, and those are your 2 options. The other thing that you need to keep in mind is that having an inactive position in your matrix does not impact your commissions when renewals run. When the renewals run, all the inactive and free spots get compressed out, and so if you've got your first 2, 3, 4 levels of your matrix that are filled with freebies and inactives, that does not impact your earnings in your 2x5. All those spots are compressed out, and it's based on all the paid subscriptions that are below them. So there is no penalty for waiting on us to develop the system that's going to compress out all the inactive spots unless you just want to get rid of them. I sent a certified check last week. Tracking shows it was received to you by last Wednesday. Yet several support tickets later, I've heard nothing from you and don't have funds available. The reason you don't have funds available is because it takes 7 to 10 business banking days to get your bids posted. So last Wednesday, you sent it, and today's Thursday. So you're looking at about 5 business days that your money has been at home office. It is 7 to 10 business days for your bids to post. And if there's a banking holiday, that will also slow down how many business days it takes for your account, for your bids to post to your account. So please, educate your group, educate your organization that it is a minimum of 7 and it's a maximum of 10 to 14 days for your bids to post. So your funds aren't missing. That's just standard.
Alex, I know I can't speak about this specifically, but you might be able to. There's also going to be a change of how people are allowed to do things at the home office. I know there's a local crowd that sometimes comes in and does business locally, and sometimes that crowd at the home office could be literally a block long as far as the line is concerned. What are the new rules relative to doing things at the local home office?
Absolutely. This was also announced at Red Carpet Wednesday. For those of you that are grown accustomed to going to home office and purchasing bids at home office, we will no longer be accepting bid purchases at home office effective August 1st. So at the end of this month, this is the last couple of days before that we will be taking bid purchases at home office. If you do show up at home office with a bid purchase during this period, what you'll be able to do is drop it into a box with all the appropriate forms, and from that point forward, you will be put in with the rest of all the other bid purchases that arrived that day, and that will be the new system as of August 1st. Will you be offering someone who does not want to sponsor in their business the ability to only pay $5 for the compliance course? If not, why not? If yes, when and how? We are always going to make it mandatory that you purchase the $29.95 system that involves the video marketing system and the compliance course. The reason we have made it like this is because it is important that everybody has these tools in their hands. Regardless of how you want to build your business, the video marketing system is the only company-approved, compliant video marketing system in existence out there. No one else has had approval from the company other than the guys at USHBB for their video marketing. The compliance course is also mandatory for all U.S. distributors and for anybody that's going to be marketing to people in the U.S. So we will always have the $29.95. There's a new policy, and there is no plans on changing it. You're not going to be able to just pick and choose which of the two you want. It's going to be the standard across the board.
And Alex, to follow up on that question, how could or would a person join a network marketing company and then not expect to sponsor people? That's the whole purpose of joining a network marketing company. Otherwise, they might be thinking that it is what it's not, which would be a passive way of investing money, which it's certainly not. So if they're joining this organization, yes, they need the tools to be able to sponsor people in with, so the compliance and the recruiting tools, the $29.95. But I would really question the motive of why somebody would be joining and then saying straight up front that I don't want to recruit anybody.
Right, and the other thing that you have to take into consideration is you may not want to sponsor anybody into Zeek Rewards, but you will need to sponsor customers, because you need to give your bids away to your available customers, and there's also going to be customer purchasing qualifiers coming down the road with the Z-Bates. So regardless of whether or not you want to sponsor anybody into Zeek Rewards, you will be sponsoring customers, and you have customer videos, and you get paid to advertise video marketing system. So even if you don't want to sponsor anybody into Zeek Rewards, you will need to sponsor customers.
Or sell bids only, if that's what he's really saying. So if the gentleman's passion and life's desire is I want to sell bids for the auction and that's all I want to do and be able to generate the retail profits, that would be appropriate, but I would always really question the motive behind somebody that says some of the things that they did. So they might need a little bit of a better explanation of what this company is all about. Alex, next question.
Yeah. The next question is, can we use NXPay to purchase bids? And the answer to that question is yes. You can also use NXPay to upgrade your subscription, and you can also use NXPay to request funds to your account. Hang on one second. Okay, is there a place in your back office to sign up customers on Zeekler so you don't lose customers to the wrong site or a broken site? Yes. It's not in your back office, but if you go to your Zeekler website, which is yourusername.zeekler.com, and you log into your account, and then you click on the Register tab, and you can register customers, and they will be tied to your Zeekler site, and it will be tied to your Zeek Rewards account. But in order to sign multiple customers up, you will need to go to your Zeekler site, log in, and then click on the registration tab. And assuming that you've got a valid Zeek Rewards account, you will be able to register multiple customers up, and they will all be tied to you. And someone's mentioning an issue and concerns with communication. Well, I would like to let you know that since Donna is going to be stepping into the CMO role, she will be communicating over the top with everybody in the business. Zeek Rewards News, she's planning on starting to do video blogs. Hopefully we'll be looking at almost daily postings on Zeek Rewards News, as well as having consistent updates in the pop-up in the back office. So with this transition, with Dawn's transition, there's a ton of things that people have been crying for that we are all going to get with this transition. So just hang on a little bit longer, and those problems will be addressed. Okay, when will subscriptions be caught up? I don't have an exact timeline. I just know that the renewals program, we do have a plan to hopefully by the end of this week. If it's not by the end of this week, it's going to be by the end of next week. That's what we're hoping for, and then we will start catching everybody up on a weekly basis. So we will never charge you for your subscription, all your past due subscriptions in one shot. So if you're 3 months behind, you're not going to see a $360 charge on your account. You're going to see a $99 charge one week, a $99 charge the next week, a $99 charge the next week, and then the $99 charge for the coming month. That's how we're going to do it, and I believe hopefully in the next couple of weeks that's going to be back up to speed. And there's a question about where we can listen to the recorded calls. I know I've been telling you that they're going to be up on the Zeek Rewards News training website, and they are. I'm just going through the backlog of recorded calls that we've been doing and making sure that everything has proper descriptions and that the audio sounds good. And as soon as I've caught up with all of those and I have them all uploaded on the website, then the plan is to have the calls up within 1 to 2 hours from the time that they were recorded. So if you just hang on a little bit longer, I will have all those calls up on the training website in their own little library that you'll be able to access. And I'm seeing this, a lot of you are still asking about the VIP points not being updated. This is the Bid Give Manager and the company pool being behind. The company pool is 24 hours behind, so if you don't see your points and you purchase bids and you have customers, go to your Bid Give Manager, and you can manually give the bids away to each one of your available customers and get the points, or you can wait for the company pool to catch up to your account, and it will distribute your bids to each one of your available customers. Okay, please tell us what was announced at Wednesday's Red Carpet event. We did that. Also, where is the November National Convention going to be held? It's going to be held at the Gaylord Optimum Hotel in Nashville, Tennessee. Okay. Okay, and this question was about the variety of the items and the options. We do have one of the most diverse auctions in the industry. If you go to Quibids or Beezid or any of these sites, the only thing they auction off is TVs, cameras, and iPads and computers. And I know that that's what all of you want, and we do auction off every one of those items every single week. We just don't do them back to back to back to back to back to back to back. We offer a huge diversity of items, and also something that was announced at Red Carpet Wednesday. Not this coming Tuesday, but the Tuesday after that, we will begin these big Tuesday auctions like we did with the Ford Mustang, the Club Med Vacation, the Super Bowl tickets, and the $20,000 cash. We are going to start ramping up towards as the summer season comes to a close. We're going to ramp up for back to school, and then we're going to have another huge push for the retail season as we move into Christmas. This is also another one of Dawn's initiatives that she's taken on with her new CMO role. So if you guys aren't clapping about this transition, she's going to be handling a ton of things that have been at the back of everybody's minds. So please, if you just go and take a look at the auctions every single day, you will notice that there's a huge diversity in what we offer compared to what everybody else offers, and we still offer what everybody else offers in the same time as well. I called NXPay, and they said it's okay to use the same username for Zeek and NXPay. They are on different platforms. Will there be any problem to Zeek's end? Should I still change my NXPay username? I don't know what you mean by will there be any problem on Zeek's end if you use the same login information on both sites. Feel free to use the same username. I would just use different passwords that you use on Zeek Rewards that you would use on NXPay, and that's not just a best practice for this situation, but it's a best practice for any situation in life. If you have the same password for all your accounts, all it takes is one account to be compromised, and then it gives access to every one of your accounts that you have. So have a handful of passwords that you rotate out between various things, and don't use the same password. Specifically, don't use the same password that you use to log into your online banking that you would use to get into Zeek. These are things that you should have different types of passwords for those types of situations.
Alex, I think Paul, the owner of the company, did a query on the database, and he was amazed that after all the push to make sure everybody has secured data, how many did he say had
154,000.
154,000 people actually had a password that started with something as simple as 1234. And for those really secure people, I think they added a 5. So the reality is that if you're still there living under a rock and haven't paid any attention, the accounts that they found, many of them were compromised, is because they have simple passwords, or they actually use their username as their password, or other ones as easy ones as well. So although you love God, chances are you probably shouldn't put God or Jesus or your first name and your last name in your password. So keep away from the 1, 2, 3s, the easy ones. They should be somewhat complex, easy for you to remember passwords, but not easy for anyone else to guess.
Absolutely. And the next question is, I currently subscribe to You Get Paid to Advertise in order to have the video marketing. I pay the cost per month to do that. I understand that somehow this has been tied to our back office through compliance. Do I first have to cancel my You Get Paid to Advertise subscription, or will I stop getting billed by You Get Paid to Advertise directly? Explain what needs to be done on our side as well as overall monthly costs. And the answer is you will stop getting billed directly by You Get Paid to Advertise. So if you have an existing subscription with You Get Paid to Advertise, they've just stopped the billing on that. So you're not going to be set to renew in another month from them from the time that you purchase the annual. So when you purchase the annual, the billing stops on your old subscription, and you've now been transitioned over to the annual, and it's all automated for you. There is nothing that you need to do other than purchase the annual package.
Alex, while we're speaking about these things, I know firsthand that the USHBB people stopped charging people in July. But let's talk about unknown charges to your card in general. As I am on the understanding, the company is, Dawn uses the term load balancing the charges on your card for different and various things. If, and this is something you have to funnel down to your distributor base or affiliate base, I'm sure. If they see a charge, say for instance for $10, but they do not recognize who the charge came from, they should probably ask Zeek Services before they charge back the account through their local bank. Chargebacks are extremely expensive for any company that has a chargeback, and especially when they're not done the right way, it's a lot easier. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that your affiliates know that, Alex, you're more familiar with the subscription dollars. If there's a $10 charge, a $50 charge, or a $99 charge, and they don't recognize the bank that it was charged from, if it's the same amount as their regular charges, they should definitely not, NOT, charge it back as an unknown charge. They should get clarification as well. Alex, I don't know if you want to add anything to that.
No, absolutely. And when you do a chargeback for a Zeek Rewards payment, it automatically deactivates your account. So if you see a $10 charge or a $50 charge or a $99 charge, now you're going to have for your renewals, or if you're just creating an account, tack on an additional $29.95 for each one of those subscriptions. Do your due diligence before you just pull the trigger on a chargeback, because you could come back to your Zeek Rewards account and see that it has been deactivated, and then you need to reverse the chargeback and then tell us that you reversed the chargeback, prove it, and then you get your account reactivated. So there's a lot more steps in with the result of doing a chargeback without just doing your due diligence first. And the next question is, I've emailed / given out to people that I've talked to first the links to various YouGetPaidToAdvertise.com videos. They work great. Should I feel free to include these links when placing ads for possible affiliates? Yes, you can use the YouGetPaidToAdvertise system in your ads. Make sure that when you're placing your ad for the RPP that it is a Zeekler ad, so that would be the Got 20 Seconds video. As well as if you're marketing to potential affiliates, you can use those videos as well. So, but if you're placing your ad that's going to be qualifying you for the day, remember that it needs to be about Zeekler, and that video is the Got 20 Seconds video, or the My Mom Saved the Economy.com video, which is a new customer video targeted towards the female demographic, which is one of the most untouched demographics in Zeek Rewards. And there was some, hold on.
The .net version is for affiliates.
Right. Yeah, so the two new videos that came out were MyMomSavedTheEconomy.com, which is the customer video, and MyMomSavedTheEconomy.net, which is the affiliate video. And the other thing that was announced at Red Carpet Wednesday, the guys at USHBB just acquired the domain doggonetruth.com without the hyphens. So pretty soon you're going to have doggonetruth.com instead of dog-gone-dog.com. And the other thing that the guys at USHBB are launching, this was also announced at Red Carpet Wednesday, is ZeekPrinting.com. You will be able to get business cards with the video links on those business cards. So for all of you that have been anxiously waiting for business cards, Zeek Printing, I think, is a couple days away from being fully launched. There is a site up there right now, but don't go and click on anything because it's not going to work. Okay. Will we ever be able to look back at all the transactions from when we first started Zeek Rewards? It keeps saying, to help ensure that the retail profit pool finishes quicker, we're limiting the start time of this report while the retail profit pool is running to 10 days in the past from end time of the report. The full history will be available again when the retail profit pool completes, yet never we can see it. What is going on? Okay, let's say that you're limited to 10 days, but you can pick any 10-day date range in that calendar. So you can go more than just 10 days behind. You could go back to May and click from the 20th to the 30th, or you could go back to February and click from the 4th to the 14th. It's any set of 10 days that you could look back in your history. The other thing that Dawn leaked at Red Carpet Wednesday is that if you go to your Zeekler account and log in and click on My Account, and I believe in My Account Summary, there's a page-aided list of all of your transactions that you've done. So if you're looking for an overall look of things, you can do that. As well, towards the end of the year, we release a year-end summary report, which shows how many bids you've purchased, how many bids you've given away to all the customers that you've given them away to, all the ads that you've placed, how many points that you have, how many commissions you've earned, how much money you've withdrawn. All of this is outlined in the year-end summary report that comes out just before we send out the 1099s. I used to be in the 5CC. I have 2 PRCs. Do I qualify for the company pool to give away bids? If I do qualify, okay. If you were in the 5CC and you have 2 PRCs, then you do qualify to receive customers from the company. If you were not in the 5CC, you cannot qualify for the company rotator. If you are experiencing a delay, I'm going to go back to this whole thing. If you're experiencing a delay, then check your bid give manager and verify that your bids are, whether or not your bids are there. The company pool is the entity that distributes your bids, and it is a minimum of 24 hours behind real time. So you're getting daily awards. You're not seeing points populate because the bids have not been given away.
Axel, you have time for maybe 1 or 2 more questions?
Yes, sure. Okay, I've heard about a few other penny auction affiliate opportunities, one new one called Bids That Give. I've been told that there are several big Zeek earners involved in this one, and that we're at an event in Vegas a couple of days ago, and they're attempting to bring in their downlines. My question is, are we out of compliance if we are an affiliate of Zeek and then get involved as an affiliate in one of those others? You can be an affiliate in Zeek and do another program. What I would check is whether or not it's okay with that company's policies and procedures. If you go and you look at Bidify's policies and procedures, it clearly states that you cannot be working 2 penny auction related income opportunities at the same time. So anybody that's working Bidify and Zeek rewards, you're technically out of compliance with Bidify. So please just go ahead and review our policies and procedures, review their policies and procedures, and make sure that you just cover yourself when doing anything of that nature.
Now, another problem with that, Alex, is compounded when people start to recruit people from other companies' legs. And for instance, if I had sponsored you and you had sponsored somebody, and all of a sudden I now decide that I want to try to go after that somebody, I'm actually doing something against your business, starting to do some cross-recruiting of people that I would never have, so that might even be a violation of Zeekler's policies as well. So although as an independent representative, you have the opportunity, at least through Zeekler's terms and conditions, to be able to be in another network marketing company, you really can never, there's never an excuse to go out and try to cross-recruit people from other areas. So, Alex, last question?
Yes, the last question is, I'm new. Do I have to sign someone up on Zeekler first or Zeek Rewards? And the answer to that question is based on who you're signing up. If you're signing up somebody that's interested in being a customer and participating in the auctions, then you would sign them up on Zeekler. If you're signing up somebody that's interested in starting a business, then you would sign them up on Zeek Rewards. So qualify the person that you're talking to and find out whether or not they're just interested in being a customer. So customers go to Zeekler, and affiliates go to Zeek Rewards. If they're interested in starting a business, you direct them to Zeek Rewards. If they just want to play in the auctions, you send them to Zeekler. And then the second half of this question is, how do I sign someone up on Zeekler? And if that person I send the Zeekler link to signs up, where do the 25 bids come from? The 25, okay, so when you sign someone up on Zeekler by clicking on the Register tab and following the prompts to create an account. And then when that person signs up, they get 25 bids. They got 25 bids advanced to them by the company. You don't need to have bids in order for those bids to be advanced to that new customer. What happens is that creates a 25 bid advance on your Zeek Rewards account. So You sign up Bobby. Bobby gets 25 bids advanced to him from the company. You then go into your Zik Rewards back office. You click on Bid Give Manager, and underneath Company Bid Pool Status, there's a drop-down. Underneath that drop-down, it says Bid Advance, and it should read 25. You've now created 25 bid advance. You pay back that bid advance with sample bids that you purchase, or commissions that you choose to purchase bids with, or daily awards that you choose to purchase bids with. You pay back that bid advance, and you get the points. And Peter, that's it for today.
Perfect. Okay, Alex, well, thanks for being on the call. It was wonderful to be at the event. For those people that weren't here, make sure you come in for the red carpet event. As we announced it, again, it's going to be August 22nd, which is a Wednesday as usual. National Convention is going to be announced as far as the dates you're going to be able to buy your tickets. And Alex, we're going to call this a call. Today's July 26th, I guess, for the record, 2012. I'm going to shut off the recording.
Your conference recording has stopped.
We'll catch you guys on Monday, 4 o'clock. Thanks.
Bye.